It's your boy Goku. And this song goes out to all my chi-chis. And I want y'all to get on the Nimbus and just throw that ass back. Like, Gigi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Gigi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Gigi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Gigi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. I was surprised when Gigi threw it back. I was like, damn. Look at that ass clap. I said, go ahead. Make that ass pop. You finna catch this Kamehameha. Gigi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Gigi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Gigi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Gigi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. That booty made me turn Super Saiyan 5. Gigi threw it back and made my power level rise. I heard Frieza came back and he trying to fight. I would save the world, but I'm preoccupied.
Now, tragically obvious, that reasoning with the bitch is not gonna work, Tom. You have to hit her.
I'm an assistant district attorney, for Christ's sake.
Tom, you have to get past this.
It's okay, Faggot. Really?
See, Faggot, she just gave you permission.
Stop!
See that? Bitch has no problem hitting you.
All right, lady. Okay, look out.
You're definitely allowed by law to hit her now, Tom. It's self-defense.
Okay?
Yes, Taboo, you are in rare form.
You're watching Unrelenting Gaming. This is Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans. Make sure you subscribe to Unrelenting Gaming and push the like button for me. Or else you'll be Hakai, not Beerus. You know how this works. Make sure you enable all notifications on the channel and watch the entire video all the way through. And don't forget to follow Unrelenting Gaming on both Instagram and Twitter. That's enough. On with the video.
So with Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 92 now scheduled to be released in just about a few days on April 20th, here today we have new information, updates, leaks, drafts, and images in regards to what is about to transpire involving both Gamma 2 and Piccolo, as we from here on now understand that Toyotaro plans on recreating the iconic fight involving both Gamma 2 and Piccolo. The million-dollar question now moving forward is, with Gohan now planned on being the center point of this upcoming manga chapter with Piccolo, are we bound to see a rush synopsis moving forward prior to Cell Max's arrival, or are we more notably instead going to be witnessing Gohan and Piccolo get ready to battle Gamma 1 and 2 before their actual fight ends up starting? As a quick little reminder before we dive deeper into this video, if you just so happen to be new to this channel and want to be kept up to date with everything in regards to both the Dragon Ball Super manga and any and all things involving the Dragon Ball IP, then I do encourage you to head on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon, so that way you can always stay up to date and be notified with everything Dragon Ball related, on top of supporting this channel by giving this video a big fat thumbs up by smashing that like button down below if you guys simply cannot wait and are excited to see what's about to unfold as Dragon Ball Super continues, because, as courtesy of the Dragon Ball News website and Herms98 on Twitter, the following Dragon Ball Super manga chapter number 92 spoilers, leaks, images, and information goes as follows. Now, as of course you guys can see here on your screen, the chapter pretty much is going to open up with Gamma 2 having to taunt Piccolo after further being shown attacking him, which the entirety of this manga chapter thus far looks as though it's going to explore more on the relationship between Piccolo and what he ends up discovering about the Gammas, because it was only further noted by Piccolo as he was going as far as to antagonize Gamma 2 into forcing him into attacking him again, which ultimately ends up favoring Piccolo in all of this, because one thing is noted about these scans, and that is the fact of, as of course you guys can see here, instead of seeing Piccolo go down the way he did early on against Gamma 2, it looks as though Piccolo ends up kind of putting up somewhat of a fight against Gamma 2 early on, instead of just getting fought slaughtered right from the beginning, which I would even dare say is a smart thing because you don't want to devalue Piccolo's character, at least not from the very beginning. So the fight between the two early on ends up favoring Piccolo as Piccolo ends up kicking Gamma 2 away, to which shortly after, as soon as Gamma 2 realizes that Piccolo really isn't as weak as he assumed he would be, that was when Gamma 2 goes back on the attack once again, to which all of the scans early on basically show us a little bit of a brief back and forth before, of course, later on towards the end, Gamma 2 ends up turning the tides around and having to beat Piccolo down. What Toyotaro had stated a few weeks prior was that this manga chapter, in particular chapter number 92, is not only going to go as far as to feature Piccolo in this case, but also Gohan as well, which kind of goes as far as to kind of give us a bit more of an explanation behind what Gohan is doing behind the scenes, which on top of this, I do hope that we get more of an exposition in kind of seeing what Vegeta and Goku and even Broly have been up to on Beerus's planet, because again, that was also introduced in the film and cut very short given the fact that we know they had to go to planet Vampa to get him, which we really don't see in this entire arc be done in the manga, but we know that he's there. But the question is, how exactly is his training going, right? So hopefully we do get more of that before all of this comes to a head by having Piccolo and Gohan versus Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, to which by the end of all of this, I want to go on ahead and get your thoughts down in the comment section below, more importantly in regards to what is happening within the current arc thus far, because though there are some people that truly do genuinely enjoy the retelling of the superhero movie in the form of the arc, the minority in this case does not end up speaking for the majority, because there are a large portion of fans, the majority, which really find this arc to be boring and redundant, and you can't really blame them for wanting something new, to which I do believe that by the end of this, specifically when Cell Max is defeated, do I only think from there are we going to be entering the new arc for Dragon Ball Super, only because something inside of me is telling me that the way they're going to be writing Orange Piccolo, specifically Beast Gohan, is going to be done in a matter of which they might be setting something up in regards to having maybe a possible Black Frieza versus Beast Gohan fight down the road, but to that I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. But everything thus far seems to be mimicking the movie identically, which I think is a bit redundant because you could end up doing something new slightly, but I want to kind of wait and see what Toyotaro has lined up by the end of all of this. So again, we are going to be keeping you guys updated and be covering the entirety of this manga chapter when it drops in English on the 20th. So if you just so happen to be new to the channel, then I do encourage you guys to go on ahead and smash that subscribe button, on top of giving this video right now a big fat thumbs up by smashing that like button down below. Tune back in for more, and with that being said, I'm going to be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy everybody and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to Unrelent Gaming? Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch. Roshi. Silent Cell. Me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch. Roshi, the fuck? God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell. And we're demonetized. Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video. Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of Unrelent Gaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the dominoes. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the fucking crisis here?
And you will be next. unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
He's finally starting to do it. Through his short experience by fighting Budo, Goku is finally able to move around him and inflict the damage that is needed to win. But the question is, will it be enough if Budo is stronger? Use these other methods which we've talked about during your training, Goku, because I don't see this going on for much longer if you aren't able to pull it off now.
As our story continues, following the events of Budo having to wage war against Primal Ultra Instinct Goku, as with Budo now shown having to headbutt Goku in the face in sending his body flying out towards the ring, it was only upon Budo now being shown having to do so, where the other spectators, including Yoshido, went on to then add, hey, so what if, and this is a stretch here, but what if this Saiyan is actually able to somehow, in some kind of way, be lucky enough to beat Budo, Yoshido asks. Does that mean that Budo's position as being the 5th ranking strongest would hereby be moved on over to the Saiyan? It would be quite the shock if it does turn out to be the case, wouldn't you all agree? With Akuma responding, well, if it does happen, then Budo deserves it for being so lenient with the mortal. But what say you, Takira? I know you've likely have seen the outcome of this battle between them, didn't you? With Takira responding, even if I did, there is something more to this mortal than either of you are seeing on the surface, and so if what I assess is to be true, then it'll surely happen during the heat of the moment, with Yoshido asking, you see? Why even bother talking to him, Akuma? He's only going to remain cryptic with what he sees. Oh, you're never any fun, you know that, Takira? Well, the difference is quite clear now compared to before, the Grand Priest went on to chime in, because not only is Goku able to take a lot of what Budo is throwing at him and coming back from it, but he is also shown able to fight back while taking the damage, to which as soon as Budo was now shown having to unleash a barrage of death rays upon Goku, it was just upon with Goku now being shown having to move away in the nick of time, where Akuma went on to continue, I can see why Budo is having a bit of trouble catching the Saiyan now. It's Goku's Ultra Instinct that's giving him the edge in this battle, as he is using more of its speed and agility to avoid any of Budo's attacks. And in order to keep that from happening, Akuma continues, Budo is going to have to ground the Saiyan first rather than challenge his instinctual speed. To which upon Goku now shown having to avoid each and every single one of Budo's death rays, it was only as Whis was watching where Whis then went on to say to himself, very good display of speed, Goku. Remember what I told you about how you could use speed and agility to your advantage here. Since the 5 do not possess the ability to maintain a calm heart such as what is required to obtain Ultra Instinct, you can use this as leverage in order to push forth towards victory if, and only if, you are able to do it the right way. Hey, look there, Yoshido went on to chime in. It looks like the Saiyan's getting closer and closer down there. I don't know about this. Looks like you'll have to change your strategy up, Budo. He's right in front of you. To which upon Goku now shown having to avoid yet a close encounter shot from Budo's death ray, it was only as Goku went on to do so where Goku went on to comment, looks like those death rays of yours aren't going to be what slows me down this time, Budo. In which upon Goku now shown having to strike Budo, that was when Akuma went on to then continue, what Budo needs to do is box the Saiyan in, not allow him to roam freely around that stage. It's clear by now he's going to continue to use that speed of his until he finds an opening. Looks like you're starting to teeter closer and closer towards towards the edge of the ring there, Primal Goku went on to tell Budo. Nothing that you tried on me before will be working in your favor again, especially now since I know what to expect, with Budo responding, or so you think, Goku. There is much more that I have yet to show you, and so I can already see that this form of yours is already starting to get to your head, since you already think that you are the one who's in complete control here. Well, guess what, Saiyan? You're not. I'm starting to memorize your movements, and so it's only going to be a matter of time before you slip up and make a mistake. And that's when I'll get you, Budo continues. All you're doing is firing me up, so don't get too full of yourself just yet. So is that what you're really doing, Goku asks, or are you stalling because you know that in a matter of moments the tables are going to completely change in my favor as I finally put you down once and for all? So which one is it? If you are so much stronger than I am, then I want to see it for myself, Goku says. I'm not looking to have what happened before happen to me again, and so it's hard for me to believe that you're still hiding so much more power than what you're letting off, and so if you don't do something to change this, then you know that I'm going to beat you, with Budo responding, bravo, Goku. A fine little speech you managed to put together there, but it's like I just said, you are not the one who is in complete control here. I am. What? You don't think that I see what you're trying to do here, Budo questions? Since you obviously know that I'm still much stronger than you are, even now, you're trying to wring me out as a means of beating me since you can't knock me out or kill me, aren't you? Well, I will say, though I admire your will to continue, you'd be insane to think that I'd fall over the edge and into the void that easily. I'm only just getting started, with Goku going on to then say to himself, shoot, so he knows what I'm trying to do. Well, so much for keeping my plan a secret here, but it's still my best shot at beating him. You and I both know that you won't throw me out of this stage, and so since you can't kill me, knock me out, or make me submit, then wringing me out is all you have left as an option, which will not be what wins you the day here, and you know it, Budo says. Especially not while I have yet to use my full power against you, and so what will your next move be, Budo questions? Are you going to come at me, or do you want me to go all out against you and obliterate you once and for all? Your call, with Goku responding, yeah, tough words there coming from the 5th strongest in the multiverse, but I want to see if you can catch me first, Budo. I wonder if your speed is as sharp as that massive power you got dormant within you, with Budo putting this into question by asking, what did you just say? You want me to try and catch you? Just what kind of foolishness are you talking about here, Saiyan? No, what? He wants you to try and catch him, Yoshido asks. Oh, that's rich. I didn't know that we were going to play tag here with each other. Hey, Budo, swap in with me and let me have at him. I can separate my body, and so I'll be able to catch him for ya. To catch him, Akuma asks. What is this? What a complete joke, as Takiro went on to then say to himself, so that's how he does it. Now I understand. You are a fool to let this happen, Budo, to which upon Goku now being the first shown to make his move, it was just upon with Budo quickly following Goku where Budo went on to then shout, oh no you don't, Saiyan, a game of cat and mouse, huh? Well then I'll be the hunter and you'll be the prey, with the Grand Priest chiming in, well this ought to be interesting. Now I wonder what Goku is thinking about that would lead him into making such a decision, to which upon Budo now being shown getting closer and closer, it was just as Budo was shown doing so where Budo went on to then shout, thought you can outrun me, Saiyan? Looks like you aren't as fast as you thought you were, now are you? Now come here, little worm, with Goku going on to then say to himself, he took the bait, that's right. Yes, now just stay on me and don't look anywhere else. Almost there. To which seconds later, with Goku all of a sudden now shown vanishing upon Budo having to be shown missing his strike yet again, it was fairly obvious now that Budo had gone as far as to take Goku's bait, as Budo went on to shout, why you coward? Stop running from me and fight me like a true warrior, Saiyan. Snark Budo, he led you right towards the edge of the ring. It's a trap, Akuma shouts. As it was all of a sudden now from behind Budo, Primal Goku was shown having to knee Budo directly in the spine, in doing what he possibly could in order to drive Budo out of the ring, as upon Budo now being shown having to edge ever so closer, that was where Whis went on to then shout, yes, he got him! Oh, I can't believe that I'm about to say this, but Goku may in fact be able to win if he is able to keep this momentum going. I knew he would find a way, but was it enough? With the Grand Priest responding, well, as shocking as it may be, look closer, he says. Budo isn't letting himself go over, with Budo responding, what the heck is going on here? Why am I letting myself fall for such cheap tricks? Oh no, you don't, Goku. I'm not going to let you knock me over that easily. And now you're really starting to get under my skin. Not because you're winning, but because you truly don't know when to give up when you should. To where as soon as Budo was now shown wrapping his tail around Goku's exact knee in which he had made contact with, and from there not only being shown pulling Goku on down to the ground and backflipping over him, but that was when Budo then went on to then tell Goku, I'd die before ever having someone like you trick me into going over the edge like that, Saiyan. Now come here. You're getting desperate and the tactics that you are starting to use against me are showing for it, Goku. And so now then, where were we? Ah yes, something about catching you, right? That was slick, I'll give you that much, but now I'm really starting to get fed up with you. And so what do you say that you and I turn things up a bit and wrap this up for good, Budo asks. I have a little surprise for you, but I'll wait until the time is right so I can give it to you, and in case you're curious about what it is, it's exactly what you've been asking for, Goku. To where even then, while this was happening, when then going back onto Earth and seeing Golden Cooler be struck from behind from out of nowhere, it had only now appeared as though these attacks were not coming from neither Beast Gohan or Orange Piccolo, but now instead, it now appeared as though new fighters have made their way onto the battlefield in assisting our heroes, as Beast Gohan went on to comment, whoa, hey, where the heck did those blasts just suddenly come from? Wait a second, hey Piccolo, are you seeing that over there too? I do, Piccolo says. Dende must have alerted as many of us as he could after contacting you about all of this. So we've got to make sure that we are all careful because it doesn't look as though these two are screwing around anymore, and so be on guard. I should have known that more of you would come, Golden Cooler went on to respond. Rats always tend to travel in packs, and so you will both regret that dearly. And of course you'd attack me from behind, but as you can see, I didn't even feel any of it. To where surprisingly enough, with both Android 17 and Android 18 now shown arriving on the battlefield, that was when Android 18 went on to respond, ugh, we should have known that you'd be back, Frieza. And so this is your older brother from what we heard of, huh? You don't look so tough to us, and so back off if the two of you know what's good for you, because we aren't here to chit-chat. You two aren't going to be destroying anything now that we're here, and so it's best if you tell your brother to stand down, 17 says, and pack your things up now and leave, Frieza. You remember what happened when we fought alongside each other at the tournament, don't you? So you should know that I'm not one to back down or fall to someone so easily, 17 continues. And while we have your attention, grab the Guardian now, Boo! Boo? Frieza questions. What the heck? As from beneath him, we then see how an arm was shown extending on out and grabbing Dende by the back of his shirt and having to pull him under. That was when 17 then went on to shout, oh, you didn't think that we'd come here alone, did you? You brought the blob here with you too, Frieza questions? Oh, and just where did he just manage to come from? I wasn't able to sense any of you coming from anywhere, wretched worms. Good job, Boo, Orange Piccolo shouts. We owe you one for that, and so make sure that you get Dende to safety and as far away from these two monsters as you can. Things are about to get real ugly here, as an enraged Majin Buu then went on to address Frieza by telling him, Boo don't like you. Your energy is pure evil. You won't hurt Boo's friends anymore without Boo here to protect them. And so if Little Lizard wants to fight, then come and fight Boo then, with Frieza responding, oh, is that so? My oh my. Of all the stories I heard about the great Majin Buu, my father always warned me to never pick a fight with the so-called Great Demon of the Deep, but I look at you now and I just can't help but laugh, Frieza continues. Not only at what you are, but by how weak you are compared to me, you overstuffed pile of bubblegum trash. But who am I to deny you a fight with me? And so if you truly wish to dig an early grave for yourself upon helping your little friends, well then so be it. But we were hoping that more of you worms would show up and do something to try and stop us anyways, and so how's about it, brother? Now 18, while he isn't looking 17, went on to tell his sister, we can't hold anything back against this guy, so let's tag him with everything we've got. Got it, 18 says, I'm right on your left, so let's go. But then, it was just before either android could do anything against Golden Cooler, where Cooler was shown elbowing both of them in the stomach by responding, in your dreams, androids. I'm going to grind you both into pieces by the time this day is through. But now I'm starting to wonder, which one of these pieces of junk should I destroy first, Frieza? Oh, leave them out of this and fight us, you coward, Orange Piccolo went on to respond. If you're looking for a fight, then look no further, with Cooler responding, oh please, and who exactly are you even referring to that will be the one to give me a challenge? You? You're doomed, Namekian. But that was when Beast Gohan also tried his luck in attacking Cooler, with Cooler grabbing onto his punch by responding, ah yes, and then there's you. If there is anyone who is even remotely close of being a challenge to me here, then it is you, Saiyan. So let us resume where we left off before these rats got in our way. Oh, like hell I'll be leaving Gohan's side, you monster! I'm fighting too, but then, we only from that point then see how Golden Cooler had managed to swipe away Orange Piccolo with his tail by telling him, you'll be doing nothing, and so out of my way so that I may kill the son of the man who we are looking for. Now then, before I grind you into the dirt, tell me where Goku is now. You are running on borrowed time, monkey, so tell us where he is now, Cooler shouts. Not willing to talk, huh? Well, I'll get you to squeal one way or another, Saiyan. To which upon Cooler being shown having to punch Gohan in the stomach before having to proceed in double axe handling him back down onto the lookout, it was only right after with Gohan being shown lifting up his head and seeing Frieza beat up on Majin Buu, where Gohan then went on to shout, God damn them! Oh no, Majin Buu's losing ground out there against Frieza. He's no match for him out there like this. He'll be slaughtered. Oh, this is very bad. Don't let him win, Boo! Hold on, you've got to keep pushing back against him. Don't let him edge you out, Boo! But even then, despite Gohan's words of encouragement, with Frieza shown beating Majin Buu down, it was only upon with Frieza now being shown doing so where Frieza went on to then comment, oh, so this was supposed to be the terrifying Majin Buu? I don't know what in the world my father was thinking when he warned me about you when I was a child. You are more of a punching bag to me than you are a threat, creature, as Frieza went on to then look on over towards Gohan by then continuing, aw, what's wrong there, Gohan? I thought your friend there was going to give me more of a fight than this. Tell me something, you don't value his life more than the lives of your fellow android friends, do you? He was once your greatest enemy, and so what care would someone like you have for a monster such as this, am I right? And so then, I'm going to ask you again, since maybe now you are starting to get the point of all of this. Now tell me, where is your father and Vegeta? Unless you want me to blow this creature into billions of pieces, it would be wise for you to tell me before I rip into this blob some more, and so now tell me where they are. You can clearly now see that we are not here to play games with any of you, so start talking or more of your little friends are going to start dropping like flies. To where even then, before Gohan was even shown having to give Frieza an answer, where from out of nowhere Golden Cooler was from there shown stomping on down onto Gohan's spine by then telling him, maybe you weren't able to hear what he just said, so now this ought to help you. Now talk, Cooler shouts. Where are those Saiyans hiding? Where is your father if he isn't here? You're choosing to make this very difficult for yourself, monkey. To which, even with Gohan now being shown screaming in absolute agony, where from out of nowhere, that was when Android 18 went on to address Cooler by shouting, "Hey, leave him alone, you monster! Or else what? You'll do nothing, and so shut your mouth unless you wish to take his place." No, Orange Piccolo says. She can't think of going in there alone to save Gohan. He'll tear her apart. Tell her to stand down now. No, she's going in, 17 responds. Don't do it, 18! In which, surprisingly enough, in a horrifying fashion, with Golden Cooler shown having to impale 18 by using his tail, it was just upon with 18 now being shown getting caught off guard by Cooler, where Cooler then went on to then tell her, "You pathetic woman, you should have used whatever brain cells you had left and kept yourself as far away from this place as you could. What a waste." To which, even then, in the meantime, while this was happening, when then venturing on over back onto Beerus's planet, we only from that point then see how Beerus was still shown putting Vegeta through rigorous amounts of training, as Beerus went on to address Vegeta by telling him, "Very good, Vegeta, you just cleared out 1 billion, and so let's go for another round just so we can make sure that we continue to strengthen that core of yours," with Vegeta responding, "You want me to clear out another 1 billion sit-ups? Well, this shouldn't take too long then, I suppose. Wait a second. What happened?" Beerus questions. "You look distracted like you did before. Is there something that you aren't telling me, Saiyan? I'm getting a little annoyed with you constantly looking out at something. Cough it up now, Vegeta." "Well, it's just that for a while now," Vegeta says, "I couldn't help but shake this strange feeling of there being something out there that was growing stronger within the shadows. And after keeping a close eye on what this could be possibly coming from, that's when I realized that this power that I was sensing wasn't coming from Kakarot, but it was coming from Frieza. And he appears to be on Earth with another equally powerful warrior, and so without me there to help the others in battle, I'm afraid that he's going to destroy all of them. And call it what you will, but I know that there's just something different about him this time around, as he isn't the same as we remembered him being," with Beerus responding, "Oh, so that's what this is all about? Well, so then what do you plan to do about it since he's on Earth, Vegeta?" "Well, if you would excuse me, Lord Beerus, it's best if I go and deal with him myself," Vegeta says. "And for good this time," with Beerus responding, "So, fighting Frieza again? Oh, how boring. Well, you may take your leave if you wish, but just remember something when you go back, Vegeta. Do not disgrace your title of being my apprentice again, do you understand? It's bad enough that this Black Frieza, or whatever he called himself, was able to put you down before, and so do not have this happen again, do you hear me? Especially since now you've surpassed all of the gods with this new power that you've achieved as well. Because if you go down to that bastard again, then you will be directly answering to me. Got it?" With Vegeta responding, "Right, and so I don't plan to, not this time," he says. "Oh, because if there is one thing that I will promise, is that I will make sure, on my honor, that Frieza and whoever he is with never see the light of day ever again once I get there. I have worked too hard and have devoted myself into doing everything that I could to break him. And so that is exactly what it is that I plan on doing once I arrive. And with Kakarot nowhere to be found, this just means that his sympathy won't be getting in the way of me destroying that fool for good this time. And so now where are you all? Just hang on, everyone. I'm on my way to you all right now," as it was only right then and there, before Vegeta had gone as far as to use instant transmission, where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse manga chapter number 38 special then comes to a close. Now, with all of the chaos that is now shown having to ensue back down on Earth, you can make no mistake about the fact fact now that Vegeta looks to make his presence known by going as far as to put his training with Beerus aside in order to protect those that are currently battling against Cooler and Frieza on Earth, as it also now looks as though the battle between both Budo and Goku is going to be wrapping up relatively quickly. I cannot wait to show you guys the carnage that is about to ensue in the upcoming manga chapter, which is that of manga chapter number 39, which will of course be made available to all of my Patreon members to see first exclusively within the next 24 hours. So of course, if you not only want to go on ahead and support the content that you see on the channel, but also gain exclusive access to so many other things as well, then I do encourage you all to become a member of my Patreon today, patreon.com/unrealendgaming. The links to that will be located down in the description box below and pinned comment section below as well, because with Vegeta now looking to enter the fray against both Cooler and Frieza, along with Goku looking to finally put an end to Budo once and for all, I really do think that you guys are going to love what we have coming up next. So again, I want to thank you all so much for your time, thank you all so much for your kind words, and thank you all so much for your support. To where again, if you also just so happen to be new to this channel, then I do encourage you all to head on over and smash that subscribe button, on top of giving this video right now a big fat thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys enjoyed. Tune back in for more, and with all that being said, I'm going to be seeing each and every single one of you down in the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy everybody and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to Unrelent Gaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.
Hit back one more time, right? Cause y'all see Yokin. Y'all don't know what Yokin is? That's that other link that I be dropping. Cause I got an affiliate marketing with these guys too.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here.